I met a gypsy.
What was the deal with that crash in particular? Like, what happened to get that injury?
It was a rhythm.
Was that when you signed for Yamaha?
Yamaha.
Yeah.
It was a rhythm section out of a corner where you jump onto a tabletop and jump across and then jump off. So it was a single, table, table, single, table, single. So I went on, off, table over single, and I had 3 laps to go for the day. I was done in 3 laps. I was doing my moto. I had 3 laps to go. I remember getting 3 laps. And I just started doing this one rhythm section. On the other side, I was so pumped about. I was so pumped that I was doing it. And came around, got 3 laps to go. And when I came to the section where it was on off, I went on to the first one, went off, and that's all I remember. And I don't remember anything past that point for a few months. I know my bike shut off on me when I went to go off. It completely shut off. And as I was going off, obviously the tabletop was right there. So for when I went back later and I went and looked at, we went at their photo shoot. I went and walked the jump. You can actually still see my imprint in the face. It's like, okay, that's my helmet. So obviously, as I went off, I didn't have time to jump, but 100%, I know I tucked because I only hit the side of my head.
Yeah.
I hit the side of the head. So I tucked. So I know I did that at least because I destroyed this shoulder, destroyed this elbow.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Broke my knee brace completely in half, blew my knee apart, and did my head. And it was one of the hardest impacts Bell had seen in that side of the helmet. And so I hit hard enough to knock me out for close to 10 minutes or just over 10 minutes, whatever it was. But it's all due to my bike shutting off.
Fuck.
Yeah. Unfortunate. But again, it's racing. I signed up for it, or practice, whatever it is. But I signed up knowing that, hey, it could happen.
Yeah,
It wasn't the mechanic's fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. It was literally a freak accident and just unfortunate. So, but that was the whole extent of it. But then shit got wild.
Yeah.
I was speaking 7 languages supposedly, but I didn't speak 7 languages. But I was telling everyone I had shit in my house that can kill everyone in the world, but I didn't. I was talking to people that didn't exist. I guess I was having conversations with people in my house. This was before Fedora passed away. And my wife called him and said, please come over. Cause he was my best friend, and of 17 years. So like best man at my wedding. So she trusted him, called him, he came over, sent her away, and he went through my entire house, make sure everything was good. And then I guess he tucked me into bed and like literally tucked me into bed and made sure I was good and asleep before he called her to come back. And like, that's the kind of friend he was, And so at least she had that, but that's what I was doing every day. And I guess I was snapping, I was getting angry and it took me forever because I don't remember any of this. I have zero recollection of any of this. So it's like, I want to apologize for it, but
it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
But then when I started to come to and I started realizing all these spells that I was having, like I would get angry and snap and walk outside and be there and be like, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I outside?
Yeah.
And then I walk back in and I'm like, and everyone's like shocked. And I'm like, what happened? They're like, what? And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So then it got to the point where I started knowing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Then I could, it's like I could see myself doing it, but not stop it.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop it. No matter what I wanted to do, I could not stop it. And that's when I started looking into things to help me because I'm like, I'm not living like this.
And there's not much there's not much out there.
I'm not living like this. I'm not going to do this to anyone around me. That's when the suicide started to come into play with the whole time is like, I can't live like this. It'd be easier for everyone if I was just gone. It'd be easier for myself if I was just gone. I can't do this to them. But then, then you start thinking about your family and everything else. And you're like, I can't do that to them because that's not cool.
Yeah.
And that's when, I was reaching out to the CBD and I was reaching out to any kind of vitamins. And that's when psilocybin came about. And that was the game changer. Yep.
Dude.
That was the game changer.
That's a crazy ride, man.
Yeah.
Like I've had a couple concussions where like I've gotten angry
Yeah.
over the concussion. So like
Yeah.
for anyone that's got a concussion, even a mild version, like so I clipped the pedal on my mountain bike and basically like high sided hit a tree, just dead stop in the tree.
Yeah.
And I've got myself home, like so
Yeah.
it was not even in the same realm. And when I got home, like my girlfriend at the time came in and she's like, I had blood all over me, and she's like, "Oh, I think you should have a shower." And I'm like, "I'm not fucking getting in this,"
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
losing
Lose
it,
for no reason.
and
Yeah.
like that was nothing in comparison.
It was brutal.
The
Yeah.
levels, like I just from that experience that I went through, the darkness that you
Yeah.
would have been in would have just been like unfathomable.
It for me, honestly, but it's made me stronger who I am right now.
Oh,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
And that's where, we do the clip bits, the snip bits, whatever, on Supercross, like the Millsaps mindset and stuff like that. Like that's something that kind of resonates with me is everything that we've talked about in this whole podcast. And then, it all started with my incident, my accident, me being suicidal, me being depressed, how I got out of it, and the fact that I didn't stop looking
Yeah,
for
yeah,
how to get out.
yeah,
And it's I can relate that to so many things in my life, and that's kind of where the Millsaps mindset thing was born.
yeah,
And it's like it's kind of stuck with me. It's stuck with my wife. We've talked about it. We've hashtagged it. It's just fun, and I think it's kind of cool that people can relate to it as well.
yeah,
I've had people hit me up about it. Jerry Malott from the
yeah,
BMX
yeah.
the BMX rider.
Yeah.
I was helping him try to get over his mental issues, and he's actually just won in South Africa.
Wow.
And it was like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, hell yeah. He messaged me and says, "I'm back." Like that feeling, that's a sick feeling.
Yeah.
That knowing that you help someone get through something to where he's winning again.
Yeah.
It's like that's the Millsaps mindset. That's what it's about. That's what I'm working on with Julian. That's what I'm working on with Benny. That's what I'm working on with Cameron and even DP and I work with Ryder McNabb now as well. So it's
Yeah.
like all those guys, I'm trying to get them under that, to have that mindset that I should have had, back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
Now I'm here. I'm going to implement this Millsaps mindset inside of you. You're not going to have a choice but to fucking go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's it. We're going.
Dude,
So,
man, honestly, shout out to Brittany too,
Yeah.
because like, fuck, that would have been hard, man.
I don't know.
Like that would have,
I don't know. I wasn't there.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, I can only fucking imagine. If she's calling one of my best friends who was the gnarliest dude really that I knew, that he could have beat my ass if with a finger. Realistically, he could have. He was badass. For her to have to call him
yeah,
to come make sure I'm tucked into bed and asleep in order to get her to come back home, I was pretty fucked up.
yeah,
And that was our life for a while, I guess.
yeah.
I don't remember it, but that was our life, man. I know he was there a few times from what they said. I don't remember, but
That's a beautiful thing
Yeah.
though, like, because fuck,
Yeah.
man, a lot of people walk away from marriages these days. It's like pretty easy to not have to deal with that if you really don't want to. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't allowed to see my kids for a while, and rightfully so. I
Yeah.
didn't see them for like. I guess I kind of calmed down with the talking to people after a few weeks, and I guess I was allowed to. I guess she took me back to see my kids. I don't remember, but she, hands down, I had no idea what was going on in the world anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it didn't really make a difference to me what I was doing.
yeah.
All I know is I do remember one little thing on our drive to Havasu. I remember, don't know why, it's just this one thing is I didn't get car sick.
Huh.
And I always get car sick, but I didn't get car sick.
Huh.
And I was pumped. And that's the only snippet that I have of anything was me not getting car sick. Why that weird memory? I don't know. I've been trying to think of more, been trying to get more recollection in my head of what I did and things that would make sense to me. But I mean, I had surgery on my elbow. I don't remember surgery. I don't remember being in Vail when I had the surgery. I don't remember talking to neurologists. I don't remember talking to anyone. I don't know anything to do with any of my life from what was that, October 6th until about February. So it's pretty far gone.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Like
Yeah.
I'm fucking pumped that you come through it.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of people don't.
no, I almost didn't. I mean, I almost didn't. It was, and that's why people would reach out to me. They're like, dude, you're so open. I'm like, why wouldn't I be?
Yeah.
People need
I'm
to
sure
know.
it helps, man.
You know, people need to know that it's okay to talk about this stuff. You know, I was talking to Dave Mira the day or 2 days before he killed himself.
Fuck.
You know, like he was talking about me coming out and training with him because we were doing Ironman. I wanted to get into Ironmans and shit. You know, and then you know, he killed himself. And it's like, fuck. Like I was literally just talking to him.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you have anyone who goes down that road and you're like, no. Like I want it to be open.
Yeah,
you know?
you can fix this. Like,
fix
that
it. Like
does
let's
not
figure
have
it
to
out.
be.
Like reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I have no shame of
Nah, but I don't
opening up
I don't
about.
think you should, dude.
No.
Like, dude, your body is a fucking chemical factory.
Yeah.
That is like you
Yep.
are so not in control
No.
of your body. And like some people might think that's a cop out and that it's bullshit.
Yep.
But you are just chemistry. Every fucking thing that is going on in your body is based on electrical signals that are being sent from
Yep.
neuron to neuron. And you have
Yep.
zero control over that. And if you fucking smash that thing, that is going to really mess with all of those signals.
And they call your frontal lobe the gateway to your brain, and that's the one I fucked up. You know, I lost my vision with it too, so that's been miserable for me. I can still see obviously, but I had 20/20 vision, 15/20 vision before I hit my head. Now I'm like 70/20. It's bullshit, and glasses don't help.
Oh, really?
Nah. But for me, like you're saying, like you're not in control, and you're not until you figure out how to be.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I mean, there is like a level of consciousness that you have, and you can be your self-referential. Like you can look at your own behavior and you can like want to change it. But in terms of like the thing that's going on, like chemically at the bottom of it all, if you have a huge impact to your brain, like you're not responsible after that moment in terms of like the way that chemistry is
because your brain only cares about surviving.
Yeah.
So it reroutes all your neural pathways just around the part that you damaged to survive. It doesn't care what you act like. All it cares about doing is surviving. You know, and that's why with the psilocybin, it fires those, you know, neural pathways more.
Yeah.
And tries to get them to reconnect.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have damage in my frontal lobe. It just smashed it. You know, I had bleeding on the top part of my brain, the center part of my brain. I had a lot of bleeding up there. There was blood around the entire outer skirts of my brain, the whatever that is called. It was around the entire brain, but not on the brain.
Yeah, okay.
The main part of I had a lot of bleeding on the center part, which is I guess a really hard part to get blood to.
Yeah.
And that was motor skills. That's why they wouldn't let me back to racing. Supposedly. I wouldn't have gone back anyway. There's just no way for me to. I can't do it.
Nah.
Not that I'm scared to do it. I literally can't do it. I've tried to go ride a few times. It just doesn't work. Not anymore. But when I learned how to be in control of my brain, you know, when I learned what to take to help me be in control, that's when my life turned around. Like with the psilocybin and stuff like that, I learned how I was in control.
Yeah.
Past the injury.
Yeah.
Obviously, during the injury, there was no controlling me.
Yeah.
But past that, I learned how to be in control, and that's what saved me.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.